Okay, we're here to talk about the Chugger impeller versus the Topsflo impeller that has just come out. There are some major differences here in these two impellers. First, we're going to talk about the Topsflo impeller. This impeller, which we extracted the bushing out of, spins at a very high rate of speed, producing good flow as a smaller pump. The reason being is that the bushing inside of it is some type of carbon or carbon graphite. These materials are known to be very good sources of lubricating at high speeds. The problem with these materials is they're definitely not recommended by the Food and Drug Administration as a safe product to use in food materials. As you can see, this impeller is dark in color, and if you actually go to a piece of paper, you can use it very similar to a pencil, a lead pencil, which this thing could also be lead. And you can see here, I wrote out the name Topsflo with their actual bearing material. And it comes off very easy. You could also use this as a lead pencil to do coloring at house if your kids like to color. The material comes off very clearly on a piece of paper. Among the materials recommended by the Food and Drug Administration, this is certainly not a material they would recommend that comes off on a piece of paper. Besides the unknown bearing material in the Topsflo, there is also their exposed magnet. And you take any piece of metal, a razor knife or anything, and it visibly scrapes off, and then you can see the actual material come off in your hand. This is not, again, not something you're going to want to see a wearing material in a food grade product. So there are several false claims by Topsflo on their website that they're FDA in China. The FDA just recommends food safe products. They don't regulate anything outside the US, especially in China. The Chugger, on the other hand, is a different style impeller. It has a fully encapsulated magnet with 316 stainless steel, again recommended by the Food and Drug Administration as a safe product. And the actual impeller is Riton, FDA approved Riton plastic that the company exports to China and verifies that it is made from this material. It is Riton throughout, even where the shaft rides is Riton. So there's no materials in this impeller that will mark up or do anything. So the choice is clearly yours. Besides the impeller and the materials that Chugger uses, they also get ETL ratings on all their pumps. You'll see a little Intertech ETL sign on every one of our pumps. This is an internationally recognized company, very similar to UL, in fact a competitor to UL. And this insignia means that it was inspected by them, including the materials and the functioning of the pump. But just remember, when you buy something from China that isn't regulated, especially by a company that is imported from China, this Chinese company is fully Chinese. No one in the US is out there checking on them or the materials they're using. And it's sold by Topsflo to everyone, and other names such as the Steelhead 2.0 and the Warthog will also fall into this realm. So it really is your decision. But if it was me, I would definitely call whoever I bought this Topsflo pump from and ask them what I do with this material and the lead pencil inside carbon marking all over the paper. And I would certainly ask to return it. Anybody that does ask to return it and you inquire and show proof of return, we're going to send you a Chugger inline pump for free. So give us a call, let us know. Thank you.